In this video, we're diving into how people are actually building small software tools, micro-SaaS businesses that quietly make $1,000, $5,000, even $10,000 a month, and how you could realistically do the same. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build real online income streams that actually work. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those moments at work where you think, why am I doing this manually? There has to be a better way. Maybe it's copying data from one place to another. Maybe it's sending the same email over and over again. Maybe it's checking something every single day that could easily be automated. That right there is where these businesses come from. And the crazy part is a lot of people take that one small annoyance, turn it into a simple tool, and end up making more money from that than their actual job. So in this video, I'm going to show you what this looks like in real life. Real examples, real numbers, and more importantly, how you could actually go do this yourself. Let's get into it. Part 1, what Micro-Saas really is, and why 10K per month is realistic. So before we get into any examples, let's just slow this down and make sure we're on the same page. Because Micro-Saas sounds like one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around a lot. But it's actually really simple. A Micro-Saas is just a small piece of software that solves one specific problem for a very specific group of people. That's it. It's not trying to be everything. It's not trying to compete with huge companies. It just does one thing really well. Why this works now more than ever. If you tried to build software 10 years ago, it was a pain. You either needed a developer, a lot of money, or months of time. Now, you can literally describe what you want in plain English, and AI helps you build it. That's the big shift here. And that's why you're seeing more and more of these small tools pop up. Not because the ideas are new, but because the barrier is gone. The honest reality. Now, I don't want to make this sound easier than it is because most people don't hit $10,000 per month. A lot of people build something and it goes nowhere. But when you look at the ones that work, they're not doing anything crazy. They're just solving something useful. The 10K math. This changes everything. So let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense, because most people think I need a ton of users, but you don't. You just need the right pricing. So let's say you build something for business owners. $50 per month times 200 customers equals $10,000 per month. That's 200 people, not 200,000. That's the shift. You're not chasing traffic. You're solving problems people are willing to pay for. Part 2, real Micro-Saas examples. What this looks like in real life. All right, now let's look at what this actually looks like, because this is where it starts to click. Example 1, a simple flight tracking bot, about $7,000 per month. So this one's interesting. It's not even a full website. It's a bot. You type in where you want to go in Telegram. It tracks flight prices and it alerts you when prices drop. That's it. Why this works. Think about how people normally do this. First, they check Google Flights, refresh it constantly, hope they catch a deal. It's annoying. This tool removes all of that. You just set it and forget it. Who pays? People who travel, especially people who care about saving money. And here's the important part. A lot of people say, why would anyone pay for that when there are free tools? But that's not how people actually think. People don't just pay for access. They pay for convenience, speed, and better experience. If something saves you time and works better, you'll use it. The bigger lesson here. So the founder didn't stop at just one tool. He stayed in the same space, flights, and built multiple tools around it. That's something most people miss. They jump from idea to idea. But the real money comes from staying in one lane and getting better at it. Example 2, a countdown timer, making about $8,000 per month. Now, this one's honestly kind of funny because on the surface, it sounds ridiculous. It's a timer. That's it. But here's the context. This isn't for personal use. It's used for events, presentations, and live productions where timing actually matters. Why people pay. If you've ever been part of something live, like a webinar, an event, a production, you know how chaotic it can get. People talk too long. Things go off schedule. Everything starts to fall apart. This tool keeps everything on track. And that's worth money. Because if you're running events, time is money. Mistakes are expensive. So paying $10 to $20 per month for something that keeps things smooth, easy decision. What makes this work? It's simple. That's the point. It doesn't try to do 20 things. It just solves one problem really well. And that's something you'll notice with all of these. Example 3, email data parser, about $40,000 per month. This one is a little more technical, but the idea is still simple. It takes messy data, like emails or documents, and turns it into something clean and usable. Why this exists? Think about a business that gets invoices, forms, reports, all day long. Someone has to read them, extract the data, enter it somewhere. That's slow and expensive. What this tool does, it automates that process. You upload the file, get structured data back, and you're done. Why businesses pay? Because it replaces work. If you can save hours, reduce mistakes, and speed things up, that's a no-brainer. The money side. So this is where it gets interesting. Let's say $300 per month per customer, 100 customers, that's $30,000 per month. And you don't need thousands of users either, just the right ones. The pattern you should notice. Now, all three of these solve a real problem. They're simple at their core. They don't try to be everything. That's the formula. Part 3, costs, risks, and what not to build. So now let's talk about the part that people skip, because this is where most people mess up. What it actually costs to start. Now, you might think this requires a ton of money, but it doesn't. You can realistically start with $10 to $50 for hosting, $20 to $100 for tools, maybe some AI costs. So you're looking at around $100 just to get started. The real risk. The biggest mistake right now is building something that nobody actually needs. And this is happening a lot, especially with AI. The cool idea trap. People build things like AI writing tools, random generators, copycat apps, and they think this is awesome, but nobody's asking for it. What actually works? The stuff that works saves time, makes money, and removes pain. That's it. If it doesn't do one of those, it's probably not gonna work. Big tech risk. Most people ignore this. So here's something important. If your idea is too basic, big companies can replace you. Instead, you want niche tools, specific workflows, things tied to real users. Part 4, answering the questions everyone has. All right, let's just address the things that people always ask. Isn't this too saturated? Yeah, kind of. There are a lot of tools out there, but most of them are too broad. If you narrow down your audience or your use case, there's still plenty of room. Why would people pay? Because they don't want to waste time. If your tool saves time, makes their job easier, then they'll pay. Simple as that. Do I need to know how to code though? No, but you do need to understand the problem and the user. That matters way more. How long does this take? Realistically, a few weeks to build something basic, a few months to get traction. This is not instant, but it's fast compared to anything else. Part 5, a realistic 90-day plan. Let's make this practical because this is where people usually get stuck. Month 1. Find the right idea. Don't overthink this. Look at your job, your daily tasks, things that are annoying. And honestly, I usually just track these in something like Notion so I don't lose them because you'll always forget way more ideas than you think. Then validate it. Ask people, would this help you? Would you pay for this? You don't need thousands of responses. Even a few is enough. Month 2, build something simple. Don't try to build everything. Just build one feature, one solution. You can spin something up using tools like hosting or even a simple landing page with card just to get something live quickly. Get it out there, even if it's not perfect. Month 3, get your first customers. This is the most important part. Reach out to people, show them the tool, get feedback, and start charging, even if it's small. The milestones. First $100 is proof. The first $1,000 is momentum. The first $10,000 is a real system. So if you take one thing from this video, it's this. You don't need a huge idea. You need a useful one. That's it. Most of these businesses are not flashy. They're simple, they're focused, and they work. Now I'm curious, if you had to build one small tool right now, what would it be? Drop it down in the comments. And if you want more videos like this, like real ways to build income online without all the fluff, then make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to get started with Notion, Card, or Hostinger to go ahead and get started on your first project, we'll have links for those down in the description below. These are affiliate links, which means we do earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And it's these commissions that really help the channel. So if you go ahead and use them, we thank you so much in advance. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.